My name is Sherry Wirtz. I'm a dental hygienist. I've been a dental hygienist for over 30 years. Today's Dental Hygiene 411 is going to be talking with Brad Bohr, who a trip to his dentist actually saved his life. So I want to thank Brad for joining us and telling us about his story.
Hi, my name is Bradley Bohr. I live in Bourbonnais, Illinois. I'm 65 years old and I'm about 55 weeks out from acquiring leukemia, and at the moment I had a bone marrow transplant, and at the moment I'm cancer free and plan on staying that way for the rest of my life, and I'm very happy to be here and hope I can be of some help.
So Brad, tell us a little bit about what happened and how all of this came about for you to get diagnosed.
I was having bleeding gums. It was just seeping out from where my teeth meet my gum line, and it was just kind of alarming to begin with. So I went to a periodontist, and after I went to the periodontist, they didn't diagnose me with leukemia, but they suggested I go further, and I went to my regular doctor, and I had my blood taken, and he discovered that I had was at the beginning of leukemia, ALM, and that's how I found out, was from my or one of the beginning signs was that I had bleeding gums.
So it was your general dentist who sent you to the periodontist, correct? And then the periodontist sent you to see a doctor?
General dentist, Dr. Crisco, he sent me to the periodontist, and thought that could help or find out exactly what was going on. And so yes, it was
Your general dentist?
my general dentist.
And so after you saw the periodontist, what did they tell you when they found the leukemia? Like, did they say that it was a good thing that they found it from you? Because would you have gone to your doctor soon enough?
Actually, I had already had plans on. I saw my periodontist on a Friday, and then I had already had plans to see my general doctor on Monday to have some blood work done, just for a yearly checkup, and he's the one that discovered that I had leukemia.
So they rushed you right through. They knew that it was that bad.
I gave the blood on Monday, and then Tuesday he got the results back from my blood work, and he's called me up Tuesday afternoon and said that I need to get to the hospital immediately, that I have the onslaught of acute myopia, ALM leukemia, and by that was on Tuesday afternoon, and by Tuesday night I was at Rush Hospital in a bed, and I was very sick.
And this has been a year today since you started the process, or since you were
Well, a year
cancer-free?
today is when I came home from the hospital after spending 28 days there. So it was about 56 weeks ago is when I got sick, and but I'm here today, and I'm very glad to be here. I'm grateful and blessed, and if it wouldn't have been for my doctors, I probably wouldn't be here.
So you actually had some wonderful things happen to you. You had your first grandchild, your first boy, correct?
I'm a grandfather for the first time, little boy, little Waylon. Waylon Willings, his name, and so I've had that, and I'm just continued good health, and like I said, just very blessed and grateful.
So it's been a rough process, but you've had some good things, good and bad, all together.
Yes, I was a lot sicker than I thought I was. I didn't get cut open. I didn't have a heart attack. I didn't break anything. My blood was sick, and I was the leukemia. And of all the leukemias out there, I had the worst one. And but my doctors in Chicago at Rush have just been unbelievable. And like I had a bone marrow, somebody donated their bone marrow, and I had a bone marrow transplant September 5th of last year, and 10 months ago. And I'm now cancer-free, and just on the mend and getting stronger every day.
And so how do you feel about the donor, someone that actually took the time to donate marrow?
It's pretty exciting. Rush requires a 12-point match on donors, and my donor happened to have 14-point match of blood, chromosomes, DNA. So I got my donor, and some people pass away before they get a donor. So I was very fortunate to get one, and he saved my life, and hopefully one day we'll be able to meet, and it'll be a nice occasion.
What would you like to share with people who maybe are having some bleeding gums and ignoring the symptoms, or thinking that it's not really important, the fact that they have bleeding gums?
Usually, looking back now, I would say that it's a telltale sign of something that could be more serious. So I would definitely, bleeding gums, especially, I would go further and go to my doctor and have more tests done, because you just never know. Something like that doesn't just happen out of the blue. It happens for a reason, and luckily the professionals that were around me recognized that, and they were all instrumental in saving my life.
And those were the only symptoms you were having, correct? Just
Yes.
the bleeding gums?
I was getting I would get a little fatigued. When I would mow my grass, I would have to take a break, but I didn't really put it together. I didn't. I thought it was just the heat and the humidity, and I never put it together that there was something wrong with me. But it was my white blood cells were overtaking my red blood cells, and I didn't realize it. And then the bleeding gums was the I guess the
sign.
The major sign.
So what Brad was talking about was gum disease, and seeing the periodontist was he had some swelling, bleeding gums, and they were bleeding just on their own, bleeding when he was brushing. And when he went to the dentist and he had some work done, what they were doing wasn't changing anything, which is why he was sent to the periodontist. And there's just a look about your gums of what they look like, when sometimes you can tell that it's not just gum disease. It is a sign that something else is going on, and you need to take it seriously. And sometimes just regular blood work that doctors do don't get down to that nitty-gritty that maybe something is happening in your blood. So if you have been to the dentist and your dentist is telling you that, you need to share that with your doctor, that, hey, you've gone to the dentist and what they're doing isn't making a difference. And they've recommended that maybe you look into things a little more. You need to be your own healthcare advocate. So if you know something is not right in your body, please look further into it. And if you have a doctor or a dentist for that matter that's just kind of blowing it off, then maybe you need a second opinion, because your health is important and you matter. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you think that it's helpful or could help someone else, please share it and get this information out to as many people as possible. because a healthy mouth is a healthy body and a healthy life.